Hello, konnichiwa.
Hello. Hi.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Thank you for coming.
Konnichiwa.
All right, so we're going to do some questions and answers today so that you all will get to know a little bit more about us as DCappella. Let's go ahead and start off with an easy one. What is your favorite Japanese food?
So every morning I've been starting off with a little portion of natto and a pear. And that's been my breakfast. It's almost like my ritual at this point. So that for sure is my go-to food.
I'm gonna say sushi for me. Oishii.
My favorite Japanese food is noodles of any kind, like yakisoba or udon or ramen, all of them.
My favorite right now, it changes every single day, but today it's warabi mochi. Definitely my favorite. I love all kinds of mochi, but that's my favorite.
My favorite Japanese food is Morinaga Haichu. All of the specialty flavors here are amazing. It has been an exercise in discipline because I will eat the entire pack if I am presented with the opportunity.
My favorite has definitely got to be any type of ramen. Is it tonkatsu? Is that the correct?
Tonkotsu.
Tonkatsu, yes. But I mean, really any. With the pork, with fried chicken, I will take any of it.
All right, so next question. Let's talk a little bit about our favorite moments of this Japan tour so far. We're like almost 3 weeks in, so what has been your favorite moment of this tour so far?
I think for me, the opportunity to be able to perform on some of these televised programs that are so massive here in Japan is so humbling to me because, I mean, personally, I don't know just how huge these are, and I tell local Japanese people what we're performing on. They're like, oh my gosh, you performed on Mizumashi, or you performed or at the NHK recital hall, and they're always like blown away that we're doing this. And so it's very, very cool to say that we're performing on these stages. It's very humbling.
I think my favorite part has been running into fans, just because we're in Tokyo a little longer this time around. So, like I ran into a fan in the grocery store yesterday, and she was so surprised to see me in the grocery store. So, those moments are very surreal for me because I don't truly. I'm still not adjusted to the idea of celebrity when it comes to what we're doing, and it's still a very jarring process for me to see someone respond to me like that. So those are probably the most endearing moments about this tour for me.
My favorite moment, there are so many. I think my favorite probably has to be yesterday, actually. There was an audience member sitting in the front row, and she was here for the VIP sound check, and she had a Minnie Mouse doll sitting in her lap, and I was like, oh, is that Minnie Mouse wearing a hat? And then I realized as it went on that she had actually made a custom outfit for her Minnie Mouse doll that is my outfit from the show. So it's the hat that I wear, the jacket that I wear, even the necklaces that I wear, and it completely blew me away. I've never experienced anything like that, and it was so, I went to my dressing room and cried. It was so overwhelmingly special. I will never forget that.
My favorite part from this trip has just been walking up and standing on the platforms at the very beginning of the show. It's the first time you can see the entire audience who's there. That's always like a really fun and exciting moment for me. Also, watching Kaylin see the girl holding the Minnie Mouse was also very cute.
I think for me, my favorite moment from this tour that I've experienced has been opening night. Coming out actually for the VIP experience like this. We sang You'll Be in My Heart, and multiple people were crying. I was choking back tears. It just felt, I had such gratitude that we finally were here after 3 years, because the last 3 years were extremely difficult, like for everyone around the world. And you know, we've put in so much work, and it was just a moment of reflection and realizing like how happy and just overjoyed I was to be here. We've put in all the work. The rehearsals are done now. It's just making magic on stage, and so I just felt so deeply happy.
I have a very similar answer. RJ and I are on the same wavelength right now. For me, it was that whole entire first day, that first VIP meet and greet. I also was choking back tears. And also that moment when we first walked on stage for our first show ever, and to see the full audience here in the house was like, wow, we are actually here. Pushed through so much to make this happen, and just had a wave of emotions wash over me to see everybody's smiling faces out in the crowd.
All right, we have time for one more question. So on that subject, let's talk about what a highlight of the show is for each of us, something that you want the audience to pay special attention to, a moment that you want them to focus on.
I've said this in previous VIP sound checks before, but I love it so much, and I find a deeper love for it every single time. But We Don't Talk About Bruno, when we get to that song, the way that we're fully embodying each one of these characters from that film is so cool, and our choreographer did an excellent job of choreographing that number, and I just feel so cool like doing some of the movements. So I always look forward to that one, and you should definitely pay attention if you can pinpoint each character in their little solos.
I think that the Three Little Pigs is a really fun part of the show that audiences seem to really connect with. It's a chance for us to like all do different parts at the same time and mimic sounds of inanimate objects, and it's just a really fun time, and I think people will have a really fun time watching us do that, so that's a highlight for me.
I've been thinking of like 3 different ones while you guys are talking. I just have to pick one. I think for me, it'll always be Just Around the Riverbed and Colors of the Wind. It's a beautiful moment in the show. It's very liberating to sing. Also, RJ arranged it for us, which makes it really special, and Antonio's singing with us instead of beatboxing. So there's just something very unique about that song, and every time we finish it, I just feel like I've gotten out of like the best hug ever.
I really like doing the Incredibles medley. All of those songs that we recorded for the album were really fun and exciting to record, so I was really happy that we got to do it on tour, and I think we're really falling into our groove now. It's an extremely difficult song to sing, but it's so fun at the same time, and I really think it's sounding really good now, so look out for that.
For me, the moment that you can't miss in this show is a surprise song in our encore segment, and it's When You Wish Upon a Star. We sing it off microphone like this, and we put our microphones down here. And this is a song we've all wanted to sing since the beginning of this group, and we're just so happy that we get to do it in Japan, because we don't have a reception like anywhere else in the world like here in Japan, and I know that song really touches people's hearts.
In this group, we have a variety of different skills, and one of my favorite moments in the show is seeing Kaylin do Step in Time all by herself with a looper, singing, beatboxing. It is extremely unique, and I know you'll love it.
That's all we have time for, but thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Arigato!
See you soon.